Hey there, I'm Nikki and welcome to the Kitchen Legacy and welcome to my kitchen. You know, one of the things I love about summertime is all of the amazing fresh produce, like fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. It seems like that's all I've been cooking with lately, and I don't know about you. But today's recipe that I'm going to show you combines the beautiful fruits of the summertime, like strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries, and blueberries, and a good pastry. Yum. I love nothing better than that. And so today, in today's recipe, what we're making is summer fruit galette. I also love galettes because again, it combines the amazing fruit and pastry element that I just love. And I know that you're gonna enjoy it too. So let's get cooking. All right guys, let's get to it. So here's what you're gonna need. You are going to need pie crust. You're gonna need some berries. We have strawberry, raspberries, blueberries, and of course, blackberries. You're gonna need some sugar, about 3 tablespoons sugar. You're gonna need tapioca flour or starch, and you can also substitute this with cornstarch. And then you need a lemon for juice and for the zest, and of course 1 egg for your egg wash. So you have all your supplies out and ready to go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make our filling first. So this part, you already have your fruit that's been washed and dried and ready to go. So we're gonna add in our blueberries. I love this time of year. You get lots of great fresh fruit. I got my raspberries there. My raspberries are really, really juicy. So they're gonna, you know, I know they're gonna make it a really nice, thick, rich filling. So I got my strawberries in here. I have my blackberries. We're gonna give that a little bit of a stir. Then we're gonna go ahead and add in our sugar. Mix that up. And at this point, we're also gonna add in our lemon zest and our juice. So I got my little petite grater here. We're gonna add in a little bit of zest. It's about 1 teaspoon or so of the lemon zest. Or if you love that citrus flavor, go ahead and add more. What the beautiful thing about a lemon is that you don't need a whole lot of it. You know, a little goes a long way. And we're gonna add, of course, some lemon juice too. So it's really gonna have a beautiful citrus flavor. Okay, that is good to go. Now let's go ahead and I'm gonna cut my lemon. Ready for the juice. Now as far as lemon juice, maybe, again, this is kind of totally up to you. If you know that your fruit is really juicy, you can maybe tend to cut back a little bit on the lemon juice. I'm gonna do maybe 1 tablespoon or just a little squeeze, maybe 1 to 2 teaspoons. What I love about this recipe too, there's a lot of different variations of a galette. So you can do a simple, you know, berry mix like this. You can even, instead of like the tapioca starch or cornstarch, you can go ahead and use berry jam with it or berry glaze. You know, it's just, you're gonna add that nice thick consistency. And that's what the tapioca flour and starch help with. It kind of helps gel everything together. And again, you can substitute with cornstarch, but today we're using the tapioca. Okay, so this is nice and thick. Okay, so I believe I got everything in here. We're just gonna let this hang out for just a little bit while we roll out our dough, and that gives the fruit a chance to really combine together, and you know, all the juices will start to just marinate together. It's delicious. Okay, let's go ahead and start rolling out our pie crust. And I'm using the Pillsbury pie crust. I love it. I keep it in stock in my freezer. And then I just, whenever I know I'm gonna need it, I take it out about an hour before. And for my surface, instead of using a parchment paper or wax paper or a floured surface, I'm using the roll pat from Boncook because I don't need any of that extra flour on there. And you'll see it just comes right up. Let's go ahead and roll this out. So grab my rolling pin. I'm gonna roll this out a little bit. So I'm not, as you can see, I'm not lifting up and turning the dough. I wanna make sure that I touch it really as less as possible because I don't want any of it to heat up with my, you know, with my temperature of my hands and any of the oil. So I am just, instead of picking up and moving my dough, I am just changing the direction of my rolling pin. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. All right, so now this is ready to go onto my bonmat, which is what's gonna be cooking it in the oven. So today I'm using my medium bonmat and medium baking sheet. And here's a little tip for you too. Instead of having to lift up my dough and set it on my bonmat, I'm gonna go ahead and actually I'm gonna do it this way. So as you can see, I'm gonna lay it right flat on my roll pat. And that way I don't have to, handle the dough too much. And then I'm gonna flip it over. And this will just peel right off of the roll pat. And as you'll see too, without any any flour, it just came right off and nothing left on my roll pat. I love that, I love that. Okay, I'm going to put it on that baking sheet. All right, so I do have a little bit of this overhang right here, but that's okay because once I add in all of my berries and then I fold it over together, it's gonna be a perfect fit. So what you want to do is you want to take all your berries now. Remember, this has the sugar, it has the lemon juice, lemon zest. It has the tapioca flour or starch in here. And you can even probably cut back too on some of that sugar, or you can add more. If you just want more of a sweeter taste, you can do that too. Just spreading this out. This is really, really juicy. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so delicious. If raspberries aren't your thing, or maybe if you're not quite fond of blackberries, you can just do a blueberry galette or a strawberry galette. There are a lot of different variations with it. And that's what I appreciate about some of these different pastry desserts. I love that I can just change it up. Okay, so now as you can see, my berry filling is right in the center, and I have probably like about an inch and a half to 2 inches of space here. And now I'm just going to fold it over. I'm not going to completely cover all of the fruit filling. I'm just going to cover the edges just like that. If you can see me come in just like that, and I'm going to also pleat it, which means I'm going to kind of create a crease along this side. I know it will be hard to see, but I'll give you a good picture before it goes in the oven. And it doesn't actually have to be super perfect. Let me give you a close-up look. As you can see right here how they're a little bit pleated. That's what you can do. About every turn, you want to go ahead and crease the side and pleat it over. Okay, so now all of my sides are completely turned in. And now you want to go ahead and get your egg wash ready. For my egg, I have 1 egg in here with a little bit of water. And I love egg washing the sides. Even if your recipe doesn't call for it, I always like to do it because I feel like it gives just that elevated look, a more professional look to the end result, to your recipe. So this egg wash is gonna make this pie crust nice and crispy. It's gonna give it a beautiful browning along the edges. And we're gonna sprinkle just a little bit of sugar too along the sides. So just a little bit of sugar along the edges. You can use a nice coarser sugar, will work great with this. Okay, this is perfection and ready to go in the oven. So this is gonna go in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now my galette is done in the oven, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. Oh my gosh, you know this is gonna be good. You got all the fruit, all the juice bubbling. You can just see that beautiful golden color around the edges because of that egg wash. I love it, and it smells amazing. So this is gonna be served great. Serve it warm with ice cream, whether it's homemade or store-bought, but a good vanilla ice cream or a frozen custard. And it's just the perfect dessert for your summertime get-togethers. So I hope you try this recipe. I hope you enjoy it just as much as I do. If you try it, please reach out to me on the socials. I am The Kitchen Legacy on Instagram. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love to just journey along with you as you continue to make a legacy in your kitchen. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy cooking.